about how can your office bag or handbag be causing you back pain and what can you do about it? Now, you probably do not think much about your office bag or your handbag. Of course, you've got a million other things to do, haven't you? But then you grab your bag on the way out of the door, just throw it over your shoulder or hold it in your hand and just get on with your day. Now, between your laptop, the charger, your water bottle, notebook, cosmetics, snacks, and everything else that life seems to require, your handbag or sometimes your office bag can actually become like a mobile office in itself. And if you're dealing with nagging lower back pain or mid back pain, your handbag could be contributing more to this pain than you actually realize. Now, in today's video, let us explore how carrying your um, everyday bag can affect your back and what can you really do to reduce the strain? Because of course you can't tell somebody do not carry your office bag because hey, we got to carry the office bag, right? Or the handbag. All right. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Swati. I'm an executive mom power coach. I help moms of younger kids who work in high stress executive jobs to manage their spinal, that is back and neck pain, along with nerve pain. I do this by giving you simple exercises, some easy lifestyle modification, some tips and tricks that have helped me in my own pain and adrenal fatigue journey. Um, and by adrenal fatigue, I mean the two main symptoms that I had. Of course, it has many other symptoms. The two main ones I had were low energy levels and lack of focus. And when you have these two, it's really difficult to get on with your day, leave alone managing your aches and pains. So, anyway, let's get back into the topic for today because, hey, we are moms, we're busy people, right? So, let's talk about how can your office bag or your handbag be causing you back pain and what are the simple solutions that you can do about it. Now, one thing you got to understand is your body is always trying to be in a balance, right? That's what the body strives for. Now, when you carry a handbag or an office bag, you obviously carry it on one side, unless you're one of those who take a backpack and carry it on the two shoulders. And when you carry it on one side, your body starts to automatically make adjustments to keep you upright, to keep you balanced in the midline. You may lean slightly away from the bag, or if the bag is on this side, I may slightly lean away from the bag. One hip might carry more weight through it than the other. Now, the muscles on one side of your back will have to work harder than the other side to stop you from tipping sideways, right? So if I have a bag and I'm carrying the heavy bag here, I'm trying to balance by going towards my left, and my muscles are then holding on so I don't tip over to my left side. Now, most of these adjustments are so subtle that you probably won't even notice them, right? Now, the problem is that your body may be holding on to these compensations for hours at a time. Say you're going to the mall, you're on a shopping spree, or you are with your toddler and you're carrying that heavy baby bag, or you are traveling for work and you have to carry your bags or something. So, what starts as that small little shift in your body and in your spine may become a significant amount of extra work for your muscles around the spine, your lower back and pelvis area in this case. Now, one of the biggest myths about back pain is that it comes from one major event. Yes, it is possible. Maybe it's that one fall, maybe it's that like I've done that. I've walked into a wall. I was walking backwards for exercise. I walked into a wall. So all these one-off things have obviously they can contribute. They can have a contribution to your back pain, but usually back pain, especially mechanical back pain, as in the one that builds up, usually stems from repeated activities or small little compensations in your back muscles. So it could be the stresses of everyday life, something that has been piling on your back day after day after day, a heavy handbag on one shoulder or office bag, standing with one weight through, more weight through one side, as in one hip than the other, leaning to one side when you're carrying your shopping bags. Like I tend to always carry them in my right hand, and I have to remind myself to redistribute the load. Or I had this habit of holding my child on one side because he felt more balanced when he was on my right hip than my left, because obviously I'm right-handed. Now, none of these activities, as I said, are harmful on their own, but together they can create an uneven load through the body. Now, over time, your lower back becomes that area because it's already that weak link, and it becomes that area that absorbs all the consequences of those little loads that add up. Now, you may feel that your back pain, even if it comes from your office bag or your handbag, doesn't happen immediately. It happens more towards the end of the day or towards the night time when you're resting in bed. Now, you may think, I just go to work, I put my bag down, I'm not carrying it throughout the day, then why does it bother me in the evening, even when I just pick up my bag to go back home? Now, this is very common, and it's because, again, of that accumulation of stress. Now, you've had the stress from the handbag or the office bag. After that, in your office, you're doing sitting for, or if you have a standing desk, then standing uh, for a prolonged period of time. You're driving, you are carrying loads, you are compensating from the moment you picked up that handbag to the moment you get into bed. So by the evening, your muscles or your back and pelvis areas starts to feel more fatigued. It starts to feel less efficient at carrying your body around or carrying loads. So that was another aspect of the handbag and back pain that I wanted to look at. So it's not just when you're carrying your handbag or office bag, it's also with the accumulated loads through the day plus the stress of the handbag. Now, what can you do? Of course, you can stop using the handbag. You got to carry your things somewhere. You got to carry your laptop somewhere. Start by checking what's inside the bag. I mean, that's no rocket science. Everybody knows that. But many people carry more load, far more than they actually need. If possible, alternate the bag on either side. Use a sling bag if you want. Use a backpack that you can take on both shoulders. I know it's not the cool thing to do, but really it's the most sensible thing to do. I feel once you're a mom, you're looking more sensible things than cool things. So that's another thing. And or you could get one of those wheelie bags, the office bags, but instead of pulling the office bag behind you, how about you push it in front of you? So basically, there's a load that you're pushing in front of you. So it's like when you're pushing your pram or your stroller for your toddler or babies, it's the same kind of a load. So it's easier on your body and back than it is to pull a load. Um, you can also obviously swap sides when you're pushing your office bag, the wheelie bags, right? Another thing you can do is when you're standing, notice, do you put more weight through one leg or one hip than the other? Of course, you got to learn to distribute the load. Something simple that you could do is just shift your weight from one side to the other and then come to the middle and try to find that middle ground where you are not putting more load through one hip than the other. Sounds very simple, but then it's the simple things that are going to help you because if I give you something really complicated, you are not going to be able to implement that in your already busy routine or schedule. So try this simple shift and see how you go. Now, for the stresses that build up throughout the day, and of course, the heavy handbag or office bag is the icing on the cake for your back pain. So, you can do small little posture resets throughout the day, every hour. If you can take out a minute or two to do a posture reset, that can help you restore your balance before that tension starts building up. Okay, so how do you do a posture reset? So, let me give you a very simple example. You could do like a shoulder roll, you can do a bit of a twist sitting in your chair for your thoracic spine. So there is a full sequence of posture reset exercises or movements that you can do in under a minute or so. I have written a blog on this topic. I will leave a link in the description of this video. That blog takes you through the posture reset. It has a video in there, and that will tell you how to go through a posture reset. It's quite simple. I mean, every one of us can take out that 1 minute in an hour, right? Especially if it's going to save you from back pain. All right, so that blog also has the details of, there are other blogs I've written on bags and how to carry them and what to do about them. Sounds simple enough, but if you get into the nitty-gritties, there's a lot you can do with those bags to manage your neck and back pain. So have a look at that blog. As I said, I'll leave a link in the description of this video. If you're watching me on Instagram, the link is in my bio. If you can't have if you don't have the time, if you're a busy mom like me, and you want me to send you the link, drop a comment below or message me. I'll send it across to you. All right. So basically, your handbag is probably not the sole cause of your back pain, but it may be one of the main reasons that is contributing to the stresses on your spine, your lower back, your pelvis, that is leading to a back pain. So if you can take away that chunk or stress, excuse me, that'll be quite helpful for you. All right. So the blog that I mentioned before, it has, let me just read this out. It has a free guide on quick office stretches for back pain relief. Because if you already have back pain or you're trying to avoid back pain, this is free guide that is going to be helpful for you. So these are basically some free office stretches that I have compiled together. It's like a checklist, really, rather than a free guide. It's a free checklist that you can use as a go-to resource for simple yet powerful stretches that can transform your everyday experience, right, at work. So if you want to get rid of your back stiffness, that discomfort, and you want to be more productive, you don't want to be stopped by that back pain, this is a resource that you would like to check out. I'm not saying that stretches will cure your back pain, but this is something that will help you manage your back pain and at least reduce the load on your spine and pelvis, your lower back and your pelvis. Alrighty, I hope that was useful. If there's any questions, any comments that you have, let me know. I'll be happy to help you out. Just drop them in the comments below. Alrighty, I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.